There is a very wide variety of unique commanders and skills available to players in Magic Chess. Some grant a huge advantage economically, some make upgrading heroes incredibly easy, some can even reduce or completely negate the damage you take when you lose. Safe to say that the choice of commander skills can seriously influence the result of a game, be it in terms of obtaining the last hero to complete your 3-star carry, or granting you an extra life to delay the inevitable. But of course, not every skill is equal in terms of usefulness. Some are considered unfit for the meta and some in constant use in high-level play. But there are some hidden gems that do not see the spotlight for one reason or the other. Today I am going to bring one of these gems to light. I am talking about Ava's third skill, Supplication. It is one of those skills that is very rarely used even in low play, as it has an extremely strict requirement that is not easy to meet. But in this video I will explain exactly how to maximize the potential of this skill so that you too can enjoy the power and awesomeness of this skill. Without wasting too much time, let us jump right into it. So how does Supplication work? Number 1. When you have only one 6-hero synergy active, all deployed heroes get 65% attack speed. Number 2. You cannot get the bonus from synergies with maximum level of 4. That is, it does not work with Assassin, Swordsman, Venom or Los Pecados. Number 3. You cannot get the bonus if any other synergy is triggered, even if it is not a 6-hero synergy. For example, triggering the 2 Venom synergy in addition to the 6 Mage synergy will stop the Supplication. Number 4. If it does not trigger a new synergy, you can add any hero to your team and they will still get the Supplication bonus. That is, the extra attack speed does not just apply to members of the 6-hero synergy, but to every hero on the board. Now that we know how Supplication works, let us look at the best ways to use the skill. First thing to do is to pick a 6-hero synergy to use with the Supplication. There are 13 6-hero synergies in Magic Chess, but you cannot use the Supplication skill with all, at least not easily. Based on this, the synergies can be divided into: Number 1. Blessing or Crystal dependent. These are 6-hero synergies with only 5 heroes, and they are Abyss, Superhero, Wrestler, and Lightborn. To trigger Supplication with these 4 synergies, you must get the relevant Blessing or Crystal to complete the 6-hero synergy. Number 2. Multiple synergies. These are synergies whose members can trigger more than one synergy. For example, the 6 Mech Era synergy can trigger 2 Gunner, with Leslie and Beatrix, and 2 Swordsman, Saber and Hayabusa. Other synergies like this are Gunner with Leela and Claude for Pecados, and Weapon Master with Argos and Terizla for Abyss. By default, these synergies cannot be used with the Supplication skill unless you break the minor synergies. Number 3. Normal synergies. These are 6-hero synergies with 6 heroes that do not trigger any extra synergies. Unironically, there are 6 normal synergies. These are Nature Spirit, Astro Power, Cadia Riverlands, Archer, Mage, and Elementalist. Each type of synergy has a different approach to building. Let us look at the steps for each. Number 1. For normal synergies. These synergies are straightforward. Get the 6 members of the synergy, deploy them, and get your Supplication going. The overall rarity of the members is the only thing that determines how quickly you can activate the Supplication, with Elementalist being the hardest as it does not have a 1 gold hero, while having 2 4 golds and a 5 gold. Number 2. For multiple synergies. As earlier mentioned, the only thing you can do with multiple synergies is to break the minor synergies to obtain a single 6-hero synergy. For example, with the Weapon Master synergy, you can break the Abyss synergy by removing Argus from the lineup and using only Terizla. You can even remove Franco to be safe from the Northern Vale faction. This might solve the issue with the Weapon Master synergy, as they have 8 members. But with Mekera and Gunnar, who only have 7 and 6 members respectively, it becomes impossible to achieve the 6 hero synergy normally. The only solution is to use blessings or crystals to fill in the gap.
Would you like to have a drink with me?
Number 3. For blessing or crystal dependent synergies. The way to complete these 6 hero synergies is to obtain a crystal or a relevant blessing. For crystals, you must add an unrelated hero to the board. For example, when trying for a wrestler supplication, you can add Mia and equip her with the wrestler crystal. You cannot add Moskov, as he will trigger the 2 Abyss synergy with Dairo. For blessings, well, you can only hope to get the right blessing. This also applies to every other type of synergy, normal or multiple. The only thing you can do is try your best to bless heroes whose second synergy is a 3 hero synergy. For example, if you want to try for a superhero supplication, you should avoid blessing Cho, Esmeralda or Lancelot to reduce the chances of getting a wrestler, mage or swordsman blessing respectively. Giving Bruno or Vale the blessing is the best option, because even if they don't get the superhero blessing, the archer or elementalist blessing will not affect your supplication, as these are 3/6 synergies. So now you should have an idea of how to use supplication with every synergy. But which one should you actually use? Here are the 2 I recommend using. Number 1. Nature Spirit. This is undoubtedly the best synergy to use with the supplication skill, and here's why. Number 1. Nature Spirit is the most complete synergy in the game. With Atlas and Belleric on the front line with incredible crowd control ability, Eudora for single target burst, Kadita for AoE burst, and Roger and Mia for DPS. The Nature Spirit synergy can handle any other synergy on their own. Number 2. Nature Spirit is a normal synergy made up of 6 heroes. A 1 gold, 2 2 golds, 1 3 gold, 1 4 gold, and 1 5 gold. The fact that 4 out of the 6 heroes can be gotten straight from the planning stage means that with just 2 relevant blessings, you can complete the 6 hero synergy. Even with just 1 blessing, you can still complete the synergy if you are lucky enough to find Kadita early. Number 3. Out of the 6 members of the faction, 4 of them have 3 hero roles, the only exceptions being Roger and Kadita, who have 2 hero roles, Gunnar and Mage respectively. This means you do not have to be too careful when blessing your heroes, making it a stress-free experience. Overall, using supplication with the Nature Spirit is both easy and effective. Here's how to build. Step 1. Pick Belleric in the selection stage. You are going to build Nature Spirit plus Guardian to get through the early game, but upon completing the 6 hero synergy, the Guardian synergy goes. Step 2. If Atlas or Kadita are available in the first Fate box, pick them unless there is a higher priority item. These items are Dominance Ice, Guardian Helmet, Concentrated Energy, or Has Claws. Step 3. At Commander level 5, your synergy should be 3 Nature Spirit plus 3 Guardian. At Commander level 6, make it 4 Nature Spirit. Step 4. Avoid blessing Roger at this stage because you cannot afford to lose a 2-star Roger this early if he gets the wrong blessing. Step 5. If neither Atlas nor Kadita are available in the second Fate box and you have not gotten a Nature Spirit blessing, upgrade to Commander level 7 at the start of Showdown. If you have gotten one of either an Atlas or a Nature Spirit blessing, do not upgrade your commander level just yet. Whichever path you take, once you get your 6 Nature Spirit synergy, remove the Guardian and enjoy the Supplication. Use the Unity evolution to increase the damage reduction when you add unrelated heroes, which you will do later. The second synergy recommended for the Supplication skill is the Mage synergy. With an efficiency rating almost equal to that of the Nature Spirit in terms of Supplication ability, the newly buffed Mage synergy can be extremely dangerous when combined with this skill. Here are the reasons why you should use this synergy with Supplication. Number 1. The Mage synergy is a normal synergy made up of 7 heroes, a 1 gold, 2 2 golds, 1 3 gold, 2 4 golds and a 5 gold. Just like the Nature Spirit, there are 4 heroes you can easily get during the planning stage. But unlike the Nature Spirit, it has 6 heroes below 5 gold, which means you can complete the 6 hero synergy without having to upgrade to commander level 7, making it the easiest synergy to supplicate. Number 2. While not having a lineup as solid as the Nature Spirit, with Esmeralda as the only frontliner, the Barrier evolution makes up for the deficit by adding incredible sustain to the mages, thus enabling them to survive on their own. Number 3. If you go with the mages below 5 gold, 4 of them have 3 hero factions, the exceptions being Harley and Harith of the Venom and Lightborn factions respectively. However, you can reduce the risk factor if you replace Harley with Odette at the expense of ease of building. Doing this means 5 out of your 6 mages would have 3 hero factions, effectively eliminating the chance of getting an unwanted blessing. You decide how to move. Here are the steps to take to build the mage synergy using Supplication. Step 1. Pick Esmeralda in selection. Step 2. At commander level 6, trigger the 4 mage plus 3 superhero synergy. Unless you plan to use Odette, you do not need to worry about picking any heroes in the fate boxes. Step 3. Avoid blessing Harith or Harley early on. Make sure to start them up when your blessing chance is extremely low to minimize the risk of getting an unwanted blessing. Step 4. Upon completing the 6 mage synergy, remove the superheroes and enjoy the Supplication. Use the Barrier evolution as this is the only way to sustain the mages. Before we call it a video, here are some tips and tricks to help you on your way to becoming an expert in Supplication. Number 1. In the early game, avoid upgrading non-members of the synergy you plan to supplicate. This is to reduce the chances of getting a blessing on them. Of course, you could always just sell mistakes, but you will lose gold and your blessing chance may not be restored in the process. Number 2. If a 3-star hero gets the wrong blessing, call it your loss and end the Supplication, especially if the hero has 2 blessings. No point throwing away all that power. Number 3. When you complete your 6 hero synergy, focus all your attention on upgrading their star level. You can deploy more 2-star members of the same synergy instead of just keeping them on the bench waiting for the 3-star. And number 4. If by some miracle all your heroes are 3 stars, add heroes that can scale well with the attack speed while keeping the single synergy status. The best hero to add is Mia, as 65% attack speed on her can help immensely. All in all, the Supplication skill is one of the most interesting and intricate skills in Magic chess. The idea of winning games with just a single synergy is very satisfying indeed. However, it is not all plain sailing, as there are games where even 65% attack speed will not be enough to win. Okay, that will happen a lot. But it's all about the fun, the joy of suffering your enemies with just a single synergy. Do I recommend this skill though? If you desperately want to win, then you would be better off using the meta skill. But if you just want to have fun while maintaining a top 3 standing, then look no further than supplication. Make sure to share your experiences with the skill in the comment section. Any extra advice is good too. If you enjoyed the video and or learned something new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Magic Chess and Mobile Legends content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.